Hey everyone, today I want to go through a walkthrough solve of the Master Pyraminx. This guy here is a great step up from the standard Pyraminx, which is a pretty common puzzle, especially for speed solving. A lot of people who get into cubing will pick one of these up and learn how to solve it. And this is a great next step. So first, before I jump into just scrambling and going through a solve, I want to go through my steps that I will be doing for solving this. So should be pretty straightforward, but I'm going to walk through it. So number one will be to solve the tips. That's these superficial tips here. They are trivial tips, meaning that they don't really scramble. They just rotate in place. So we'll solve those first. The standard Pyraminx has these as well. The next step will be to solve the middle edges, and that is these pieces here. These are actually the same piece, just with two stickers. And these will actually solve exactly the same as these edges on the standard Pyraminx. So we'll be using a very common down, down, up, up, or R prime L, R L prime, which will cycle 3 of those edges. So that's the next step. We'll actually be solving these pieces at the same time. These are equivalent to these pieces on the standard Pyraminx. So then the next step will be to fix the parity if is needed. If I don't run into it, I will set it up in the solve. Parity is when these centers end up in the wrong place. There's only 3 cases for the centers, and I'll go over those when I get there. Next will be to solve the centers. It's in the same idea, basically 3 states for the centers, and we'll solve those in this step. And then the last and the longest step will be to solve the outer edges, and that is these edges which are next to the middle edges. And these will use a very similar to this down, down, up, up algorithm, but we'll use both wide and shallow turns. So down, down, up, up, and that will cycle 3 of these. So yeah, let's just, I'm just going to go ahead and scramble it and get into it. All right, now that we've got a scrambled puzzle, let's just jump right into it. So first step, like I said, is going to be solving these tips. So let's just go ahead and, there's only 4 of them. So we'll just rotate these until they match the stickers below. So that one's 1, that one's solved, this one's solved, and that one's solved too. Cool. All right, that was easy. Now the next step, to solve those middle edges. This will basically just be solving it like a normal Pyraminx here. And so the way we do this is we want to use these pieces under the tips to determine where our faces are. So I can see I have a yellow one here, yellow here, and this one has yellow as well. So we'll turn these in so we know this is our yellow face. We're not worried about that center because it'll move while we solve these. So what we're going to do is just look for our edges. They're all down here. So let's see, this yellow-green one is going to go in, it's actually in the right place, it's just flipped. So we'll do down, down, up, up, that will get it into this top layer. And then we'll do it again. Yep, and now it's in place. All right, let's keep looking. Okay, so we have this red, yellow, down, up, up, and you'll notice I'm doing these wide moves to solve this portion. So now I've got this, so I put it here, it's in place to go down into that slot. So down, down, up, up, now it's in place here. And then the last one, this blue, yellow, do the same thing here, and that puts that in there. Good. All right, and then we look at the next 3, and it looks like they're already solved. So that's really, really nice. Cool. All right, so the next step will be to be solving either the parity or the centers. I'm going to go over the 3 cases that the centers can be in. The first one is solved, obviously. That's pretty easy. The next one is this case. So you have 2 sets that need swapped. So we have the yellow and the blue that need swapped, and over here we have the green and the red that need swapped. So that's the first case. I will show how to solve that now, and then I'll set up for the parity case. So to solve this one, it's the same down, down, up, up move, but we do it 3 times in a row. So that move cycles 3 of these edges. So doing it 3 times will put those back in, but it'll swap these centers. So 2, down, down, up, up, that's 3. And you'll see that that swapped and that swapped. Let me just do that again to show. So when we do this, we want to make sure that we have one of the swap pairs in the front and bottom, and then the other 2 are in the back, and that, otherwise it won't solve it. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set up for the parity case. All right, so this is the parity case. So you'll see instead of having swapped pairs, we now have 1 center solved, red solved, and the other 3 are kind of a 3 cycle. So this green one needs to go here, that blue needs to go here, and the yellow needs to go here. So we don't have a direct algorithm to solve this, but what I do is basically rotate the top, so that solves those 3, and then we need to resolve these 3 outer edges. So what I'll do with that is, now that this is corrected, we can solve these as normal. So I'll bring this yellow blue needs to go over here. So I'll bring it down, bring that the place it needs to go to over, bring it up. That was blue green, that's over here, bring it over, and then continue. So that solves those, and now you'll see that we have the case from before with 2 swaps and 2 swaps here. So we'll go ahead and do that same algorithm from before. Yep. So now we're solved, and what we want to see here is that we have these 4 triangles in the center, and then our tips are solved on all the faces. So the next and final step is to solve these outer edges. So these outer edges are here, and we have a 3 cycle to cycle these around. Let me find one to set up to. Yeah, this one's good. So this red blue needs to go up here, and I know that because the blue's facing this way, so it'll turn and go to the blue face. Good. And then what we'll do is rotate it up, turn the wide layer to move it out of the way, rotate this back down, and then rotate the wide layer to put it back, and that solves that. And then we're just going to go around the puzzle and do that to solve all of these. So this guy goes here, move it out of the way, down and up. Yep. And that solved that one as well. That's good. Let's get this red yellow, find it. So this one I can tell doesn't, yeah, this is the red yellow. Okay. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to turn this to set it up. This will go up into this spot, replace it with the red yellow, and then bring it down. And then we'll just fix this tip here. Good. It solves those 3. We'll get these next. This blue yellow is not this one, because if we bring it down, you'll see it's flipped. So this one actually goes here. So we can solve that one by bringing this up, bring the blue yellow in, see, and then bring it down and over. Fix that tip. All right, there's just a few left. So this blue yellow back here needs to go down here. So we'll bring it into spot here, bring this down, down, up, up. That solves that. And then I've got 3 left. So the way I'll solve this, I got this one here and these two. So I'm going to set up this guy into the same layer. So now I have this one and these two are on the same tip. And we'll bring this guy, the red, blue, down in. Bring this down to meet it. Bring this up and up. And then I just need to turn my slice layer back and the puzzle's solved. Awesome. So I hope that made sense. That's the Master Pyraminx. It's a pretty fun, simple puzzle. Yeah. Thank you all for watching.